it's quiet down there. Way too quiet. I suspect those prisoners are up to something. Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft Hardcore. In our last episode, we built ourselves a beautiful prison and I promised I was going to put some of you in jail. And that's exactly what I'm going to do this episode. I've got a list, I've checked it twice. I found out who's been naughty and nice, and well, it's quite simple. If you've been naughty, you are going to go to jail. So let's get right on to it. Now, before we start throwing people in the slimer, let's have a quick look at what we have built here. I think it turned out absolutely beautifully, and this drawbridge is in fact my favorite part of this whole build. But the rest of it, I think, looks pretty decent as well. We've got our cell blocks over here. We've got the yard where the prisoners can walk around, get a little bit of exercise. And overall, I think it is looking fantastic. Now, in order to put some people in jail, we need a few supplies. And the first thing we're going to need is some name tags, and I should have a few lying about. I'll be honest, I haven't been the best about organizing all of my stuff in my storage area over here, but I should have a chest here somewhere with some name tags in it if I can just find. Okay, well, I suppose the proper chest would be the one with the name tag on it, and yes, we do have some name tags, but we only have 4, and that unfortunately is not gonna do. And let me just check. Yeah, we don't have any more. Now, fortunately, I don't need to go searching for name tags. I don't need to go fishing for them or anything, because I just remembered I have a building full of librarians, and they, of course, sell name tags. So let's hop over there and let's go get ourselves some name tags so we can get our prisoners where they belong. Yeah, let's just take a moment of silence for the Masons Guild. It's being rebuilt, but I don't know if that damage will ever be fixed. On the other hand, we have our librarians in here, and they are all alive, healthy, and of course open for business. And as you can see, all of them are gonna sell me some name tags. 5 emeralds, that's okay, not a problem. I am not sure if I actually have any name tags lying around. Ooh, there's one. Oh no, that's Snoof's extra name tag that I made for some reason. And yeah, we don't have any spare name tags, and we don't have any emeralds either, which means I need to do some trading first. But fortunately, I have some books, and I'm sure I have some bookshelves around here somewhere where I can. What are you? Oh yes, I have a toolsmith in here, and if need be, I can sell some iron to him as well. Although I don't think it'll come to that. I think we should be fine. And it's just an illustration of how long it's been since I've been in this building, how long it's been since I've bought books. I completely forgot that I have that guy in here. In fact, I walked in, I looked at him, and I thought to myself, why is that man not a librarian? But anyway, here we go. We can sell some books, and we're gonna need to sell a lot of books. So there we go, we've sold our books, we've bought our name tags, we have 16 of them, and that should be enough. So let's set up our, oh yeah, I have an anvil, but let's set up another anvil that we can use, and let's get some names on these tags so we can put them on the prisoners. And we are done. As you can see, I have split it into 3 little groups over here. On the one side, we have prisoners, on the other side, guards, and in the middle we have other, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So these are the guards, those are the prisoners, and then yeah, in the middle over there, the one on its own is the other. So let's grab our box of name tags. We're gonna head over to the prison now, and we're gonna start sorting all of the bad and the good people into their respective houses. And no, they're not going to Gryffindor. So I haven't exactly figured out all the details of how I'm going to be doing this, but I suppose I'm just going to have to figure it out on the fly. And I really do hope I do not get overrun. These guys can spawn pretty quickly, and they can become quite dangerous very, very rapidly. Now, one of the ways I thought about doing this was to put them in boats, because if you get in a boat with a pillager, for some reason it can't shoot you, and but I think that'll just become very messy. So I am going to have a look around, see how many of these guys are in here, and it's completely empty. Okay, I heard one, so let's be a little bit clever about this. Let's go outside and get our first name tag ready. Who's gonna be first? I think... Let's see. According to my list, Sarah Dumont is the first prisoner. I don't have the exact order in which the confessions came in, but we're gonna start there. And Sarah, if you would follow me to your cell, please. Now let's see. Is it gonna be as simple as me opening the door, going inside, and then having them follow me through? I really doubt it. I think I'm gonna need my good armor for this, so let's get my armor on, and then I think let's have a little bit of chicken as well. Get in tip-top health for this. And then let's see. Sarah, where are you? Where are you, Sarah? Oh, no, 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 no. No shooting. No shooting. That's the kind of behavior that got you landed in here in the first place. Anyway, let's open this up. Let's go inside. And Sarah, if you would be so kind as to come in and join me in here. And yeah, this is not gonna work. As soon as I open the door, they start following me in, and it closes. All right. Plan number 2, I'm gonna open up a little section of wall over here. Ow! Jeez, cut it out. Okay, now, if Sarah wants to walk through the hole in the wall... Why are you not walking in? Oh. Because there's one little moss carpet in front of the hole, which means they cannot pass through, and oh, for goodness sake. Alright, come in, come in, come in, come in. And no. Okay, that moss carpet, oh jeez, is proving to be a bit of a pain. Okay, this is not going to work. They can't go over the moss carpet. I'm not going to remove it and replace it. It's easier to just take out a bit of wall over here, and then we'll have them come in around the back. Okay, that's it, that's it. Follow me inside, please. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm glad I've got my armor on, but how about I go out the front door and you come in the back? And no, they're going the other way. I broke the button. Hang on. Button replaced. Now I can go back in, and yeah, they're not. Oh goodness! No, 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 no. All right. Okay. Follow me around the back, and then you follow me into the cell. This way. And I think I might be underestimating their intelligence here. Alright, so Sarah is standing just around the corner, as you can see, but does not want to come in. Okay, halfway in, I'm gonna push past you, and then I'm literally going to shove you into your cell because you do not want to cooperate. So in you go, and now you are in jail. I am getting out of here because it's time to select our next prisoner. Brand new morning, brand new day, brand new prisoner. And next up is, let's check my list. It is Andromeda. Andromeda, if you would be so kind as to step up, we can get a name tag on you and we can get you in a cell. All right, there we go. Andromeda, please do follow me. Let's just fix this cell while I'm here, and that looks a lot better. Sarah won't be able to escape. And then let's look for a nice spot where I can make a hole in the wall, preferably one that has 2 of the same blocks right underneath each other and not concrete on top. Andromeda, let's go around the side. Let's go take a look at the front, because there's no real nice spots on the back. So let's see. This cell is empty, and I think this might be the cell for you. So let's break down the wall and let's get Andromeda in here. Oh, goodness. All right. Same thing applies. I'm just going to shove you in because you do not seem to want to go willingly into the cell. And there we go. Now you're in. We can block up the wall and we can replace the button. And Andromeda, welcome to jail. You have been bad, and here you shall remain. So the pillagers are spawning in a bit faster now, but we have our next prisoner, and it is Crowned Green Guy. Crowned Green Guy, you have pled guilty to crimes against Minecraft, and therefore you shall be incarcerated in a federal facility. Please follow me to your cell. Alright, in you go. We have the wall open. We are shoving them inside because, once again, they don't want to just walk in, which I kind of understand, but anyway, there we go. Crowned Green Guy, you are in prison, and you shall be in prison until, well, until I suppose I die and this hardcore series ends. But anyway, next we have Eject01, and you shall be going. That one's full. That one's full. This one I think is still empty. Let's take a look-see. Yeah, that's empty, and this shall be your cell. Please come over here. All right, wall open. In you go. Yeah, okay. Well, that's some admission of guilt. They just walked right in, so I suppose they know what they've done. Eject01, what have you done? So let's move swiftly along. And our next inmate is Shrimpo Rules. Shrimpo Rules has pled guilty, so follow me. And here will be your cell. Oh, hang on. This cell has nothing in it. I cannot put you in a cell which has nothing in it, so let's just close that up. And would you cut it out for a second? Okay, this cell has been prepared, so Shrimpo, this will be yours if you would be so kind as to just walk in while I have some lunch. And, there we go. Not bad, not bad. No, Shrimpo came back out. Okay, let's just get all of this stuff ready here. And let me squeeze. No, that's no wool. Okay, let's just get past Shrimpo. Shove them into the cell. And then close it back up. And there we go. Shrimpo has been incarcerated for his crimes. And I think that leaves me with just 2 more prisoners. Now I look like a porcupine. I feel like a pincushion. But what hurts the most is the next 2 people I have to put in jail. Because the first is Uni. And Uni is one of my brethren from the Afterlife server. I cannot believe what he has admitted to. But Uni, I cannot be lenient. I have to treat you like every other prisoner in this place. So please, follow me to your cell. Alright, it's open. He's in. Let me get past. And let me close it back up. And there we go. One more and Uni is in jail. I cannot believe I had to do that. But anyway, there we go. Please have a nice stay while you are here. Now, before we get the next person in a cell, I have a random button from somewhere, and it goes over there. Alright. Now, the next person I need to put in jail is another of my Afterlife brethren. It is Mr. Viper himself, and I cannot believe that the people that I share a server with could be such criminals. Anyway, it's getting dark once again. I am going to have a nap, and in the morning, I'll deal with Mr. ZT Viper. And here we go, we're in, and it's time to get it. Uni? No, but you're in jail. What? How? Who on earth have I put in jail over here if Uni is over there? Let's see. Oh, hello, Mr. Nameless. You are now Mr. Viper, and that takes care of one thing. But it does mean that I need to put Uni in another cell, so let's open this one up over here. And then, Uni, for the second time, if you could please follow me inside, that would be most generous of you. And no, hiding behind the trapdoor won't save you. You need to come into your cell, please. Alright, Uni's agreed to cooperate. He's coming into his cell, and he's brought a friend, it seems. You know what? Uni, you can have a friend in there. There we go. You're in, and you two will get to know each other very well. Oh, okay, they're already getting to know each other very well. I'll just leave them be. And so we have put everybody who has admitted to crimes in jail. And yeah, I'm a little worse for wear, but if I missed anybody, please let me know and I will rectify my mistake. Now, next up, we have a little bit of a quandary. And that is, of course, somebody who has professed their innocence. Now, I find it quite hard to believe that anybody has played this game and not committed a single crime. But we need to assume innocence until proven guilty, and Chad Oskren has professed his innocence. Therefore, we need to get him in front of a judge as soon as possible, but until we can do so, we need to put Chad somewhere where we can be sure he won't be a threat to society, which means we need to put him in a holding cell until his trial. Now, fortunately, I don't know, let's call it foresight, has meant that I have already built some holding cells over here, and this is where we're going to house Chad until his trial. Now at the moment, of course, it's nothing but a big empty room. We need to build some cells so the prisoners has somewhere to stay until their trial and until they can be proven innocent or guilty. And I think we're just going to start out right here, put down a little wall, and this is too narrow. I might need to open this a little bit more, break down one of the walls, and just make the space a little bit bigger. So we just needed the 1 block more space, and look at that. That's going to fit perfectly in there. And I think what we're going to do is build 2 cells at the back of the room, and then we'll have a little desk or something where, you know, some administrative clerk can sit. We're going to have a few supplies in here. The prisoners will have a bed. They'll have a desk where they can sit and work on their defense. And we are just going to start off with the doors to the cells. Next, we'll add the wall in the middle coming down from the roof, and that looks pretty decent to me. So let's get some bars in here because every prison cell needs some iron bars, and we're gonna start at the top and then just work our way down all the way around. Give us plenty of bars to look through so we can see what the prisoners are up to. Make sure that they aren't up to no good. And it seems that Chad is very willingly coming along, as you can see, right on my tail. And let's just get into the cell. Chad will follow us in, of course. He's complying. He's being very cooperative, and I think that will look very good at his trial. So in you come, and let's put the door up, and Chad is in the cell. All right, so next thing we need to do is, of course, decorate the cells a little bit. We can't leave him sitting in there with a bare stone floor, bare stone walls, no bed to sleep on. And yeah, I think let's get busy decorating those cells. Now, because these guys aren't convicted criminals just yet, we're gonna make it a nice cozy place. We're gonna give them a fancy chair made out of some spruce and, of course, some mangrove. So, you know, a nice cushy little red seat for them to sit on. And then we're going to top that off with a lovely little bit of spruce on the side there. A table where they can sit and work on their defense. And then the standard straw prison bed for them to sleep on. It might look pokey, but I guarantee you it is very, very comfortable. We haven't had a single complaint about them yet, and there we go. It is looking good so far. Lastly, we'll give them a little barrel over here where they can keep a few personal effects. As I said, they aren't convicted criminals yet, so they're allowed to have, I don't know, maybe a quill, some ink, a little book where they can write down their thoughts and so on. And then finally, we're going to swap this horrible, horrible torch for a nice lantern. Give them some light so they can sit and work into the wee hours of the morning preparing for their trial. And that looks pretty good. Now, let's get Chad out of that cell and move him over into the decorated one. Let's just pop past him here. Nah, he's climbed off. You know, shooting at me isn't going to help your case very much, so if I were you, I would cut that out. Anyway, yeah, let's just see if we can get up on the wall. There we go, and we hop by and just prod him into the other side. Get the bars up, and there we go. He's in his nice, comfy, decorated cell. Now we've done some work around the rest of the place. We've put in some supplies here, and there's Chad over there looking very menacing. I don't know how that's going to look at the trial, but we've put in some chests. We've put in some fresh straw, and we're just going to hang up a few banners over here. There's the table for the clerk to sit at, and I think this area has come out very nicely. It's gone from just an empty room to now actually having a purpose, and I'm very happy about what we've done with it. Maybe we can look into decorating it a little bit more, but for right now, I think this is looking decent. It's really not much, but I suppose it could be way, way worse. So, you know, count your blessings and all of that. Now, the next thing we need to do is, of course, assign some prison guards. Now, we have had 3 applications, and I'm very happy to announce that all 3 have been successful. Your applications have been received, they have been approved, and we are going to assign you to your posts right now. Now, the first thing we need is pumpkins. can see we've got quite a few over there. That's how many pumpkins I grew waiting for the copper to oxidize in the last episode. And yeah, I don't see any carved pumpkins here, so yeah, let's just stick with these 3 and let's go carve them. Just pop them down here. 3 pumpkin heads. Grab our shears and 1, 2, 3 carved pumpkins for 3 prison guards. Now, I think assigning these guards to their posts is going to be much easier than it was to assign the prisoners to their cells, so we should be able to make short work of it. So here we go. First prison guard goes in the tower up front by the gatehouse. We'll put the blocks down, pop the head on. Let's just grab our pumpkin, and there we go. Our first prison guard is in place, and this, of course, is the lovely Moot ship. Welcome to the prison guard. You have a big responsibility, so make sure that you do a very good job. Moving on to the next one in the other tower, of course, and I fell off the wall, so I can't get to the actual blocks to put the pumpkin in a proper place. Let's try that again. Hop and place, and no. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to break down this wall, walk in, put the head in its proper place, like so, and pop. That wasn't that easy. Now we can put the wall back, and we can finally give our second prison guard a name. It is Amy Coleman. Amy, you have a big responsibility. You are one of the gate guards, so no pressure there. Finally, we have this tower in the center at the back. Now, this is also an important position, and it's going to be filled by none other than my buddy Cyberrat. There you go. So Cyberrat is tasked with looking over the entire prison yard, making sure that nothing funny happens down there. And we finally have everybody who applied, everybody who pled guilty, and of course, Chad over in the holding cells, who is still awaiting the outcome of his trial. So that should be everybody. If I missed anybody, please do let me know, and I will put you either in prison or in one of the towers. And of course, there's still one holding cell open for somebody who is undecided whether they've been good or bad. And that pretty much wraps up the prison for now, but we are not completely done with it just yet. Now, as I mentioned before, there are still a few more spots available, so if you're guilty, comment guilty to become a prisoner, and if you want to be a prison guard, comment guard to become a warden. And that pretty much wraps up all of the time that we have for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did, and if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. But this is Fungusaurus Rex saying, until next time, beautiful people, stay awesome. Bye-bye.